Welcome back once again. We're all meditating here in Mount Shasta. And there's a really nice, calm energy in the space.
So we just want to welcome you all back. And we just invite everybody here in the room just to energetically reach out. And all of you around the world, just bring your energy here. Can you feel that? We're creating a very strong energy together. I can feel you as you bring your energy here. So I'm going to ask Sid again, just show pictures of the room. And all of you around the world, just in a sense, find a place in the room. Be here with us. Intend. And the more that you can just feel yourself here, the stronger the field that we create together. So just intend, each one of us, intend to connect. Even though there are thousands of people that we don't know and will probably never meet, in this life anyway. But there's a connection that we all have through Alcazar and the Stargate and beyond. There's some drive that brought us all together, some common thread of wanting to change. So here we are in this moment of now. And for some who are hearing these words, this gathering happened months or years ago, but you are now bringing your energy into this moment of now and being here with us as a part of the creative energy that happens when we combine our intentions. Beloved ones, we are with you still. Sometimes it seems to you a daunting process, almost impossible to deal with all the different things that you think you have to change. All those habits that we point out to you, all those conditionings that you have received. It almost seems like a steep mountain to climb to reach where you wish to go, to reach that place of freedom, that place of abundance on all levels that you hear us talking about. So, visualize a mountain in front of you. This is this big mountain that you think you have to climb. It is not like that. You are already on your way. So imagine yourself walking towards this mountain, not climbing up yet, just walking towards. And as you get closer to the mountain, you see a small river. Water that is running from the mountain. and as you know, ultimately towards the ocean. And as you reach this small river or stream, on the bank, there is a boat. And it is tied up right on the edge of the river. And we invite you just to feel yourself looking at the boat and this small river, and just push the boat into the river. It is still tied up, but push it so it is floating in the river. And now climb into the boat. Feel the rocking, the movement as you climb in and sit down comfortably, and you realize, oh, this feels very nice. And you look at the rope that's tying it to the bank. Perhaps there is a post there that the rope is tied onto. And you take a moment and you think, do I want to move away from that which I have known? Do I want to allow myself to float away? And when you think of the past and everything that you have lived, there's much that you can appreciate and much that you would like to change. And you already have a feeling there can be so much more. You had thought that this big mountain from which the river is coming, you thought, I have to climb that. It's going to be hard work to ascend. And yet now you feel yourself just being gently rocked in the boat from the current of the water. And almost without thought, you reach out and untie so that the boat is no longer attached to the bank. And there are some oars in the bottom of the boat. And so you pick them up and you use one of them to push away from the bank. And then you start to row down the river. And you are rowing, and the arms are getting a little aching. So you pause for a moment, and then you notice, the current is taking me. I do not have to row. And so you bring the oars back into the boat, and you are gently moving very gentle, being rocked a little by the current as it takes you with it down the river. And you realize, wow, nothing to do. And so you relax back, leaning back in the boat, enjoying the journey. And you find that the boat starts to move a little faster. And you realize, we are going down a little faster. And you notice ahead there's a small rapids. So the water is going faster and the boat is getting closer and it's jostled around as you go over the rapids. And then there's a beautiful pool the other side of the rapids. And the boat is calm again. And then the current moves you on. And you realize, I'm just being gently taken to the ocean. I don't know how long it will take to get there. I don't know if there are going to be more rapids to jostle me. But this feels good. Beloveds, it is not about climbing a mountain, much effort and struggle. It is relaxing and allowing the current of your own superconscious self to gently guide you to the ocean of oneness. It is not hard work. Just relax as the current takes you. And yes, there are moments when the water starts to move faster over the rapids and you are jostled about. But you are moving faster in that moment. So sometimes when you are jostled, it is an acceleration that is happening. An acceleration that shakes you a little bit, but you are still on the journey to the ocean of oneness. You have heard us say so many times there is nothing to do. Just your intention to stay in the boat. Just the realization that you are being carried gently, effortlessly towards the ocean of oneness, towards that place that you are yearning to be. We give you this picture, this image, because so often the image of the mountain is given to you. And that seems like hard work. The current is already carrying you. occasionally we see you taking the oars and trying to paddle upstream, trying to hold on to something that no longer needs to be there. You do not even have to paddle downstream. You are being carried gently. There are many energies in this river that you are creating in your mind. The energies of your superconscious self, the energies of your guides who are always with you, the energies of your own human intention. They are the energies of the river. And you are on the way to that ocean of oneness. You are moving to that void, that place of spirit, the oneness of all that is. It cannot be described. It can only be experienced. It is not for you to experience it all right now. If you experience the vast ocean of spirit totally, your physical body would simply dissolve into nothingness, because you would not be holding that anymore. You are holding the body because you are here for the experiencing, for the ride, for the journey. So when you come to a rapids and you feel yourself being jostled around by your circumstances, recognize, this is a moment of acceleration. I am accelerating. And so, beloved ones, let that mountain fade away into the distance. It is no longer needed. It is an old image that is no longer relevant. It does not have to be hard work anymore. Just the intention, staying connected to your superconscious self through your intuitive guidance. And in one moment, whenever that moment is, you will reach the ocean. and the boat will simply dissolve as you merge with the ocean, become enlightened, as you might say. And so we give you this image to let you know you do not have to row the boat. Just allow the current of your superconscious self, the current of your intuition, to take you where you need to be. Okay? And so we see, as we watch, as we scan you, so to speak, there are few questions that have arisen. And so we will address some of these questions now. And as we do so, we invite each one of you to be very present with the one who is asking the questions and the response that we give to them and to you. What we have noticed in the past is that quite often there are many in the audience who are touched by the response, because these questions, even though they may seem personal, have elements that might be part of your life experience right now. So we will start here in the room.
So I have a kind of a question.
You need to turn the microphone on or hold it closer. Yeah.
So my question is that I most of my time find myself in a quiet space. If nothing terminal coming in, if nothing like craziness is in my life, I'm always in a quiet space. If I'm meditating or not meditating. But my question is, maybe I'm too much in the quiet space where I don't feel like talking, I don't feel like communicating, and I just keep to myself. I'm comfortable in that space, but maybe I'm too comfortable and I'm hiding myself behind discomfort or inside discomfort.
So, isn't it interesting what the mind does? So many people struggling to be quiet, and then you are quiet and struggling to find out what is wrong with you. So, we ask you a question. Don't think about the answer, just speak it. Are you hiding something?
Yes.
Then what are you hiding? What are you afraid will happen when you start to express yourself?
I'm afraid I will not be understood and judged.
And why do you have those thoughts and feelings?
I guess it's coming from my childhood.
You're guessing?
Yeah, yes, it is coming from my childhood, from parents.
And when you say from parents, what does that mean? What was the actual experience that you remember?
When I did start to talk, my parents would say, "Be quiet, not now. Be quiet. Don't talk. We don't want to listen."
So, you see the way that you don't really want to talk about it. And so you say, oh, I am silent, I'm still. It is good to be direct. We are talking to everyone. When you speak your truth, rather than go round and round without actually saying it, you hide it from yourself. Even though you know you are hiding it from yourself. It is a way of not looking where you need to look. It is very simple when you are honest with yourself. You are being carried down the river. When you hide it from yourself, that is when you are trying to paddle upstream, to avoid the simple knowingness. I got shut down as a child. You know that already. And because as a child you were not allowed to express yourself, you are worried now. Maybe I can't express myself. Maybe I don't know how. What are you feeling right now?
Sad.
Just allow the tears that are wanting to come. It is this simple, beloved. Just see the little girl being told to be quiet. Many people have experienced that, either from the parents, or the caregivers, from the schools who tell you to sit down and be quiet, from the idea children should be seen and not heard. Some very ridiculous conditioning. So, beloved one, you are a very intelligent person. You know this too. Are we right or are we right?
Yes.
So allow your intelligence to guide you. Speak when it feels right. There is a difference between speaking your feelings, your thoughts, and the crazy chatter that many people get into. And when you look at this chatter, it's like, oh my God, I don't want to be like that. That is your intelligence. So, talk when you have a feeling to express or a thought to share, and be at peace when there is chatter going around that you just don't want to be involved in. Because most of that is just simple ego. casual chatter just for something to say. It's very common. You can avoid that and be at peace, because that was a gift that you learned from that experience. You feel an inner peace. Now, stop judging it. Recognize, I got shut down. Now I'm afraid that I might not be able to express myself clearly, which is a misunderstanding, by the way, for you are already doing it very beautifully. And also enjoy and appreciate the stillness that you rediscovered as a child, not being able to talk. You still carry, or that little child still carries, anger towards the parents for shutting you down. So talk with the little girl. Let her know she can talk as much as she wishes now. Have conversations with her. And also appreciate the gift of stillness that you have discovered. Let her know that also. Something else to say?
Thank you for confirming that it is a gift of stillness that I always had, and I always cherished it inside me. But then I started to double question it. Am I too quiet? And then I realized, yes, I am. That I actually need to speak up and express myself and come out of the shell that I was.
So talk to the little girl about that. That is what you need to discuss with her.
I will.
And
Yes.
she will be very happy to be told she doesn't have to be like that anymore.
Yes, she will. She is.
You love her. Tell her it is time now. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
So behind you.
So I already had this question when I came in the morning, and it was interesting because the words that Alcazar / Pradeep told in the beginning and followed by the meditation, it made complete circle of the question that I had. So I would like some perspective, and also would like to share some of the things that I've been living. So my question is about this upcoming year, and how it has been said that it will be challenging, not only for the Stargate, but also other communities are talking about that. And I believe that when that is shared with the audience, it brings a lot of fear from everyone. I can see, I can feel everyone getting afraid. And what I would like to hear a perspective from Alcazar is that the upcoming year also brings a new timeline that we are already living. And when we hear those words, we get afraid because we bring our past and we think we will react as we were to the new challenges. But in this new timeline, we are also changed. There's also a new opening for every human to experience these challenges in a different way. And my share is when I came from Kos, I went on a trip and I was overwhelmed with this, let's call it bullshit, that I thought I had dealt with all my life, but that I was over it. But it all came like a flood. It was so intense. I wanted to throw up. I couldn't breathe. And the most amazing thing that happened was, like it was shared in the meditation, it was amazing that I was having my subconscious and my inner being at the same time experiencing that. I could feel all the pain that I've experienced throughout all the years and all the painful experience in one time. It was extremely violent for my being, but still there was this knowingness of who I am, of the self-love that I have for myself. And it was beautiful just to live that experience, although it was so hard physically, and every darkness emotions that came up. But still, in that stillness, I could feel every players that were on that timeline, on that story. And my being was just emitting this love and compassion, not only for me and for others. And everything unfolded so easily. So my wish is for Alcazar to share this new vision for this new world where all the challenges may come up for humanity, personally, globally, but still there is also these powerful beings inside of us to deal with everything differently.
So, beloved one, when you left the gathering in Greece in Kos, you left with a strong intention to live the new. We were just describing being in a rowing boat, gently being carried down the river. For you, beloved, you were in a speedboat. Impatient to get there. You are still in your speedboat. But some people are. Some people need to move more rapidly for whatever reason. And so instead of just experiencing the gentle rapids, you invited it all. Maybe not consciously, but you invited it all. You said, I'm ready for this new. So let us talk about the challenges that will be occurring. And we wish to remind you what we have already said. The reasons why these challenges are happening. We have said that your whole solar system is moving through the universe. This is well known to your scientists. Not only are you moving around the sun itself is moving. And for a couple of years now, you have been moving into a new energetic. Space is not just empty, it is full of energy. And you are moving, you have moved and you are moving deeper into this energetic, in this region of the universe. And this region of the universe has an energy which creates acceleration. Perhaps you've noticed time seems to be getting faster. There's an acceleration, an energy that supports acceleration. It accelerates you in the direction that you are focused in. Therefore, those of you who are focused on becoming more conscious, more aligned to your superconscious self, to spirit, you will be accelerated along that path. The acceleration along that path, as you know, brings up old limitations that you are ready to let go of. You all want to let go of these limitations. You are afraid for different reasons, and so you hold on to them. But your awareness, your consciousness is saying, yes, I am ready. So this acceleration, for those of you that are moving into more conscious behavior, more conscious understanding, are accelerated along that path. You are stepping up onto the new timeline, the shift that you created in cause. For those who are focused on the negative, the control, the manipulation, the anger, the hatred, they are also going to be accelerated. And so that anger, that frustration, that negativity is also being accelerated. And you see what is occurring in your world. Your news sources tell you about two of the warfaring struggles that are happening, but there are dozens of wars going on in your world right now. You do not even hear about them. So much turmoil, fighting in your continent of Africa, for example. But on your continent of North America, America particularly, there is so much violence. In this past year, there have been mass shootings, more than one a day on average, people killing others. Why? It is just the expression of this negativity being accelerated. So, why do we say there are going to be challenges? First of all, on your personal life. As you accelerate towards more consciousness, the old arises. But when that arises, beloved, know this well. When something arises from the old, you already have the ability to resolve it. Choose to resolve it when it arises. Be free of it. On a global level, as you already see, there is the violence, there is the manipulation and control. You have experienced it for several years now. There is financial manipulation going around the world. So much of it, so much poverty. Does not have to be like that. There are few people in your world who basically sitting back doing nothing become wealthier and wealthier every day. This one, Prageet, was reading about someone who is becoming $1 billion richer every day. This is what's happening in your world. So, there are going to be external, global fluctuations created by the negativity that has always been there, which is being accelerated also. This might seem terrible, but beloveds, it is making that which has been unseen, it is making it seen. And when people start to see and feel what has been happening, they no longer want it to be that way. And so the beauty, the positive side, if you will, of the acceleration of the negativity in its various forms creates a reaction. So you have millions of people now reacting to the incredible massacres that are happening, particularly in the conflict in Israel and the thousands of people that are being killed there. There is a great reaction. And it is this reaction of, no, we do not want this, that starts the average, so to speak, the unconscious people. It starts to activate them to saying no to that old way of being, no to being financially manipulated, no to the many things that are being introduced to try and control, no to no more so-called pandemics, no more manipulation of the country's borders, and on and on. So even though there will be these global challenges which will create effects on your lives, know that what is occurring, the beautiful side of this is that it is beginning to awaken more and more and more people. They are looking for something else. More and more people are choosing meditation and other forms of awakening. The more people that turn towards meditation, the more people that join the Stargate family on this accelerated course, the more light, the more wisdom, the more abundance on all levels starts to manifest for humanity. So, you might live in a country where the finances have been totally manipulated. You find your money is worth less and less. What do you do? Beloveds, step onto this new timeline. Connect. Community is the solution. Do not be alone. Do not be in poverty and suffer there. We are creating a global Stargate community. We invite you not just to listen to the meditations, be a participant. Join the Stargate circles. Let people know where you live. Connect with people in your local city or town or across the globe. Do not be alone. Have friends in the community that you can talk about the challenges, the rapids that are happening as you ride your boat down the stream. There will be rapids. Start reaching out to people. You do not have to know them, but say, hey, I'm looking for a small group of people that would like to chat with me every now and again. Perhaps we can join on Zoom once a week and just talk with each other about what is occurring. Support each other in that way. There are those people struggling financially, and there are others who are living in great abundance. There are ways to share your abundance. Their abundance exists on many levels, not just financial. Abundance of wisdom can be greatly shared and appreciated in these times. So, understand that your news organizations are designed to bring up fear within you. Disconnect or find on your internet those areas that support a positive, a beautiful aspect, a greater awareness. We have said recently that you are in a space between the old and the new. 1 foot in the old, 1 foot in the new. The energies of this so-called void space, this place where you don't really want to do much, which is affecting very many people right now, where it is difficult to move forward, difficult to do those things, even the simple things in your life that you know you should do, but you just don't have the energy. This space, this in-between space is going to change soon. So be ready for the change. Connect. Be part of a community, not just with the meditations. This energy that is of acceleration is going to accelerate you along your path. Do not try and avoid the rapids. Just know that when situations arise, you have the ability to deal with it. And dealing with it might be connecting with friends, saying, hey, look, this is my situation. Can you give me some insight? We cannot tell you individually what to do. Just know that you are being carried. We are with you always. Now it is the time to be with each other. These energies' acceleration will not last forever either. Do not be alone in these times. Do not be in fear in these times. Understand that all limitations, all habit patterns are based in fear. But you do not have to be fearful to confront them, to look at them. When a little girl or little boy feels that their parents do not love them, They are in fear. Fear of survival. But as an adult, looking back, when something like that happened in your childhood, you do not have to be in fear. You look back and say, wow, poor little me. At that age, I was terrified. And maybe I misunderstood what was going on then. But it put me in fear. Fear of survival. I have this fear of survival now in my life. That was something that was just momentary, perhaps. But in that moment, part of you shut down. Your subconscious took over to protect you. I have to survive. I can't survive without my parents. And then as you grow up, I can't survive without my partner, and so on. Beloveds, so many of these programs, when you understand them, they simply dissolve. Because you realize this is not now. I am just living a program. So we are talking and talking about this because what is occurring is beautiful. Stay in your boat. Allow the rapids to bring to the surface old issues which you can resolve with your intention. And you will find yourself moving higher and higher on this new timeline. Intention, compassion towards your own self, and compassion to others. So, a long answer to your comment.
Beautiful. And have fun along the way.
So we'll take one from the live stream. Joan is asking, Alcazar, can you bring guidance on how to release deep grief due to the passing of my beloved? I try to keep a positive focus on the love, but the grief is still so strong.
And so, for each one of you, without exception, a time comes when a beloved leaves the body. Maybe a partner, maybe your parents, maybe even your children, for these things happen also. Understand that there can be a great pain of letting go. Feeling that that person, that body that you know as a friend or a parent or a child, that body is no longer available to you. But that being is always there. Allow yourself to grieve, for it is the humanness. Your physical body misses the comfort and the connection of the one that has passed. But also, in your grief, invite that one to be with you, to hold you. And they will. What is difficult is that our programming thinks they have gone. There is very little if anything, that we are told about the spirit simply moving into another dimensional reality from where you have come. What is needed is for you to feel the love that you have felt in the past with the beloved that has left the body. Feel the depths of love. Because what is happening, you are feeling, I am going to miss this love. This is the thought. And this thought creates deep sadness, deep loss and longing. But if you feel the love that you experienced whilst they were in the body and say, thank you, bring me more, and speak to the consciousness of that person, be with me, thank you, bring me more of your love. And understand, beloved, that when somebody passes and you connect to them in that other realm, they are no longer burdened by the limitations that they lived. They are no longer burdened by the lower aspects of their personality. Now they are just in their vibrant, loving oneness energy. And so when you invite them, when you ask for more of their love, it can be deeper. It can be more beautiful. They are there. Out of time, they are there. Allow them to be with you. So when you feel this love is lost, you go into great depression. But if, beloved ones, when someone passes, you celebrate the love that you've had and ask for more, there's great potential that you start to feel the love in a more beautiful way. It might take a few days as they go through their process of completely separating from this reality, but just ask and be ready to receive. Okay?
So over this last year, I have been blessed to be with two different enlightened beings. It was some of the most intense experiences I have had in this lifetime, where I was in a position to witness myself and my programs and patterns like 24/7. And at some points I was like just trying to figure out how to escape. But through that challenge too, I was able to liberate myself on different levels and experience what that feels like and continue to create that momentum. And in the process, during the night one night, I woke up, well, I had twisted my knee in the middle of the night. And the message that I did an internal inquiry, the message I got was that these were my emotions and I was not being honest with myself. And I was allowing myself to feel kind of twisted about it. But then it was indicated that it was karmic because I feel like something is stabbing my left knee. And I'm wondering, I would like to know what is behind this pain that I've created and how I can release myself from it.
There is a beauty about being in the presence of an enlightened being. But as you noticed, it starts to reflect back to you your limitations, your habit patterns, those parts of yourself that you try not to show to anyone else or to yourself. And as you said, you felt like you wanted to escape. You cannot escape from your own self. Wherever you run, you are there. What your knee is showing you is that you are wanting to go forward and you are wanting to go backwards. This knee has demonstrated you are trying to go in both directions at the same time. Which knee was it?
My left knee.
So, beloveds, this is a situation that many might find themselves in. If, like the other speaker, you are choosing to be in a motorboat rather than allowing the current just to take you. Being with the master is like being in a motorboat. There are emotions, deep emotions, that were triggered, which you were aware of, but you didn't want to deal with. You didn't want to acknowledge. Acknowledge them. Just acknowledging that they are there. Saying to yourself, okay, I know this is here. I know this fear is manifesting in this way, and in this way, and in this way, as you see the different patterns that have been created within you. When you acknowledge them and you say to yourself, okay, I'm not quite ready to deal with all of these at once, but I am ready to deal with them gently. I am ready to deal with them gently. I love my knee and I thank you for the message you have given me. And I send you love. And I send compassion to my own self. I am grateful for the experience. And I have compassion for myself, feeling a little overwhelmed by all those things that I see about myself. And I am grateful for that also. I will move on without the overwhelm. I will move on with the intention to gently be aware of each situation. Deal with it with love and compassion, wisdom, and let it go. And then I will be ready for the next issue. Beloved ones, you all have many issues. That is not a criticism, that is just the nature of being human at this time. It is a great relief to find out that you are not the only one with dozens. We will not say hundreds. We do not wish to shock you too much. So, beloved one, does this help?
It does. It does.
Tune into your knee right now. How is your knee feeling?
Better.
Pardon?
Better. Yes.
Continue to send love to your knee and appreciating the message it has given you.
Okay. Thank you.
And so, beloved ones, we have to emphasize these changes that are occurring. We understand that it is very easy for you to move into fear about the potential futures. It is a choice. We are not telling you things to make you afraid. We are telling you these things so that when they start to happen, you say, good. I am on the right course. This is what Alcazar said. Now it is happening. Yay! I am continuing to be carried down the river in my little boat. My superconscious and the guides gently moving me forward. And yes, here comes the next rapids. Good. I am ready to let that go also. So beautiful ones, we are with you. We are pushing your boat, so to speak, gliding along with you. The oneness is calling. You are doing a great job. You might not think so, but just by your very presence, hearing these words, you are assisting in the transformation of humanity. And we notice some react to this. So we say again, just by you hearing these words, allowing these words and energies into your beingness, your energy is changing. As your energy changes, as little moments of understanding happen, or as you release some old concept, you are changing. You are influencing the morphic field of humanity. You are bringing yet another little taste of higher vibration into that morphic field. And there are hundreds and thousands of you around the world, all adding just a tiny drop into the ocean of consciousness. And when there are so many of you, the tide is rising, change is on its way. We love you. We honor you. We invite you to relax and allow the changes to flow. Okay. Yay. And so for us here, it's lunchtime.
For a lot of you in Europe, it's bedtime.
So thank you again so much for being with us. We're going to be back here again in a few hours. If you're still up, please join us. Otherwise, check in to the recordings and join us in that way. And when you join us with a recording, be here now with us. Be here in the room again, and we will welcome you here. So, see you later.